June 16th dawned over Tel Aviv with the uneasy stillness that sometimes precedes disaster. In a city used to tension, few could have anticipated the scale of the calamity that would unfold. At 9:14 a.m., an unearthly wail of sirens cut through the morning routine. Phones buzzed with simultaneous alerts. "Missile attack! Take cover immediately!" Across the city, people froze for a split second, then scrambled. Some sprinted for the nearest shelter. Others shielded children with their own bodies as they dove beneath tables or stairwells. In the U.S. Embassy branch, staffers executed the drilled procedures, though the tremor in their voices betrayed their fear. On grainy CCTV footage, the sky over Tel Aviv seems to ripple just before the first missile explodes overhead. The shock wave reaches the embassy in seconds. Windows shatter inward, raining glass onto the tiled floors. Security doors slam shut, lights flicker, and the world outside dissolves into chaos. For the embassy staff, it is a moment of pure survival, ducking behind reinforced desks, bracing as alarms blare and wondering if the next blast will find them. Amid the confusion, survivors stagger into the narrow corridors, dazed and bloodied. A senior attaché, her hand pressed to a bleeding scalp wound, tries to rally her team. "Stay low, stay together," she shouts. Outside, the street is a tableau of panic and resilience. Civilians pull strangers from wrecked vehicles as first responders weave between craters, sirens howling over the crackle of radios. Later, in the harsh fluorescent light of a makeshift triage room, embassy staff recount the moment the world changed. "It was like the air itself was burning," one says, voice shaking with memory. "I thought we were gone." As news of the attack spreads, the world looks to Washington for a response. The president's words are broadcast live, the gravity unmistakable. "We will respond with full strength." The fuse has been lit. Inside the battered embassy, shelter-in-place protocols are enacted with grim precision. The once busy halls fall silent except for the distant thud of explosions. U.S. Marines, faces set and eyes sharp, take up defensive positions. Their body armor and rifles are a stark reminder that this is more than a drill. In the secure comms room, intelligence officers pore over satellite imagery and intercepted communications. Initial reports suggest the attack was no accident. Iran, leveraging a network of precision targeting drones, appears to have used satellite data to guide the missiles. The embassy, it seems, was not collateral damage, but a calculated target. Secret briefings in the embassy's subterranean safe room reveal the chilling truth. The attack was a message, and the message was clear. Nowhere is off-limits. A sense of vulnerability settles over the staff, mingling with a steely resolve. In Tehran, the mood is defiantly jubilant. Crowds gather in Revolution Square, chanting as flames flicker from effigies of American leaders. Analysts on every network try to decipher Iran's motives. Revenge, they say, for the airstrike that killed a revered Iranian general mere days before. On state TV, fiery speeches denounce America as the Great Satan. The supreme leader raises a clenched fist, promising further resistance. But Iran is not alone. Russia, China, and North Korea issue carefully worded statements, coded messages of support that are both warning and invitation. The region's proxy forces move fast. From Lebanon, Hezbollah rockets streak southward. In Yemen, Houthi drones take flight. The Middle East is no stranger to conflict, but tonight the sense of escalation is unmistakable. Back in Tel Aviv, the U.S. State Department activates Condition Red. The order is blunt. All American personnel must evacuate immediately. Embassy workers and U.S. citizens scramble for hastily arranged convoys, their faces pale with fear. News leaks online, classified flight routes, evacuation times, even the names of personnel. Chaos erupts at Ben Gurion Airport as the first U.S. convoy comes under fire, a burning vehicle marking the first American casualty of the new war. Far away, in the bowels of the White House, the president convenes his war council. The room is fortified, the mood electric. Generals in crisp uniforms and advisors in dark suits cluster around a glowing map of the Middle East. "Hit them harder than they hit us," the president orders, voice hard as steel. The decision is made. A U.S. Marine fleet sets course for the Mediterranean. The world holds its breath. In Tehran, the sirens sound again, this time for the Iranian people. American drones buzz over the city's outskirts, their presence unmistakable. Streets empty as families crowd into basements, clutching radios and prayer beads. The Iranian government, unbowed, declares a national emergency. Russia, meanwhile, begins moving troops toward its southern border, wary of the growing storm. The supreme leader is defiant. "We will not kneel," he declares, even as his people brace for what comes next. Global alliances are tested as the crisis deepens. China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea announce a new coalition, their pact formalized with a televised handshake. Israel strikes first, bombing Iranian missile bases as a warning. NATO's emergency session is riven by division. Germany and France counsel restraint, while Poland and the UK prepare for war. The world is dividing. Axis against empire, old lines redrawn in fire. The first American boots hit the ground in Iran as cyber attacks cripple the U.S. East Coast power grid, and a U.S. naval ship is struck in the Gulf of Oman. The president authorizes Operation Desert Hammer, a full-scale assault. The battle lines are clear. Retaliation is swift and brutal. Nuclear submarines deploy from the Arctic and Indian Oceans, their silent menace a warning to all. At the United Nations, chaos reigns as frantic diplomats try to salvage peace. But the window is closing. Iran launches ballistic missiles at American bases in Qatar and Kuwait. America's nuclear forces are elevated to DEFCON 2, one step from the unthinkable. The final hour approaches. In the tense silence before dawn, a single U.S. jet crosses into Russian airspace. Alarms blare as a Russian S-500 missile system locks on. In Washington and Moscow, leaders face the ultimate choice. A secret video call between the president and his Russian counterpart is terse. Every word weighted with consequence. The world teeters on the brink. One mistake, one miscalculation, and everything could end. 7 billion people wait, breathless, for a decision that could change the course of history forever. In these rapidly changing times, staying informed has never been more important. If you find value in our coverage and want to ensure you never miss an update as events unfold, consider supporting our channel. Your support helps us deliver timely, accurate information on global developments and their impact on our lives. Join our community, stay connected, and be part of the conversation as we navigate these critical moments together. Thank you for being with us. In moments like these, when the world stands on the edge of uncertainty, staying informed has never been more crucial. Your support allows us to bring you timely updates, thoughtful analysis, and in-depth coverage as these events continue to unfold. If you value independent reporting and want to ensure you never miss a critical development, consider supporting our channel. Together we can navigate these turbulent times with clarity and understanding. Thank you for being part of our community.